I was kicked out of college, and by that I mean I flunked out of college. After high school, like a lot of people, my family pressured me to go to college. I believe college 98% of the time is a scam, and even with that 2%, I think you're paying way too much for what it is. The only exception I'd say is like maybe law school or, doctors or whatever, but college is a scam. So me and my mother are complete opposites when it comes to our values. And one of those values is education, which I don't really care about. And I'm talking about like formal education. I always think that people should be constantly learning about something, but formal education is really dumb. I was in college for a year, and the first semester I took one major and I switched majors halfway through the year. So the first major I took was criminal justice, which that class was freaking amazing. If college just gave me classes relating to that major, I probably would have stuck with it, honestly. It was really fun. We got to meet an FBI agent. She was really young. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, no one would suspect you're an FBI agent." We got to like play around with a police car. We got to meet, I'm not sure if he was a lawyer dude. He did something with law. We got to meet him. He was pretty cool. But the class was interesting. Like, we learned laws in our state and stuff like that. It was an interesting class. But the problem with college is that they make you take other classes that literally won't help you at all with your future job. For example, okay, I had to take a computer class which was learning like Excel and those kind of programs, which, like, I guess can be useful. I mean, maybe somewhere in the criminal justice system I'd be using Excel, but I don't know. It was just stupid. Then we had diversity class, which we'll get more into that. I can kind of see how diversity class would be a necessity for criminal justice major, police and stuff. I'm personally of the opinion that police aren't bad, but I'm politically incorrect, so what do I know? I even had a math class, which, gonna be honest, I showed up 3 times. No, I showed up 2 times, because the first day of the class, I actually had a legitimate reason to not go to class that day. And then, because it started on a weird day. And then I come in the second day, like the second day of class, and she's like, "Oh, you weren't here day 1, so you're kicked out." And I was like, "What? What do you mean? I seriously doubt you even did anything." She's like, "No, you're kicked out." And so, like, the third day of class, she was like, "Okay, we'll try to figure out," and then she didn't, so I didn't take that class. You pay thousands of dollars. You pay thousands of dollars for college, by the way, and this is what you get. Back to diversity class. At first, I tried to pay attention in that class. I was like, okay, maybe we'll get into, like, I don't know, different cultures and stuff. That'd be interesting. But it was just the basic, like, black good, white people very racist, gay people exist. Like, it wasn't even going into specifics. Like, if you're gonna be woke, at least get interesting, okay? Tell me the billions of sexualities, okay? Tell me the billions of gender identities. Stop telling me the stuff I already know. Like, if I'm paying thousands of dollars for college, at least make it worth it. What is this? Like, you think we'd go into cultures of, like, different countries or even different religions, something interesting. Give me something of substance. Why is it just white people racist? Learn your privilege. Like, I'm not saying privilege doesn't exist. Like, no matter what, there's always gonna be privilege. I'm just not of the opinion that it's completely racial, especially in America. Like, if anything, America is the most privileged country. Like, you can basically be anything in America and you won't get, like, stoned to death by the government. Like, people will talk about, "I'm gonna move to Canada." I'm sitting here, I'm like, Canada doesn't even have free speech. Obviously, America has its issues. Obviously, racism, sexism, homophobia, like all that stuff is a thing. It's just, it always ticks me off that people act like it's only a problem in America when it's not. So, around the end of the first semester, I stopped like attending college because I was depressed. My husband, boyfriend at the time, went into the army and I was lonely. So second semester I switched to culinary and I was like, this will be fun. Gordon Ramsay it up. Culinary class was really fun. There was a really loud girl in there and, you know, I think we would have been friends if I didn't come to class every day wanting to end my life. The professor / chef was really cool. It was a very big thing to call him chef. You know, like full Gordon Ramsay in there. It was cool. But that first whole semester, we only learned about like washing hands and sickness. You pay thousands of dollars for this, by the way. Like, I understand washing your hands is important and like learning about foodborne illnesses is important, but an entire semester, like, it was just spread out. It could have been shorter and it just wasn't. So thousands of dollars, by the way. But that class was pretty cool. It reminded me of my high school Spanish 2 class, where it was a small class. Like my Spanish 2 class, there was like 7 of us, and there was like 3 really funny, loud people in that class, and like we had quote-unquote tea time every day before class where they would tell us like the drama, and they were all a grade level below me, so I got to hear about drama from the sophomores when I got to hear drama from the freshmen when I was a sophomore, I believe. But it was a really fun class, and this class gave the same energy of just, we're a smaller class, but there's a few loud people, and they always have stories about the kitchens they work in, because they were already working in kitchens and stuff, most of them, and I got to hear, like, work drama, and it was really fun. It's the only class I liked that semester, because guess what I had to take again? Diversity class. I need to be woke in the kitchen. I was scheduling classes for semester 2 and I was like, I'm gonna switch to culinary, and the guy said okay, and he shows me a list of classes and he goes, so since you failed diversity last semester, you know, diversity is needed for all of our majors, so you're gonna have to take it again. I was so mad. I was like, oh, I hated that class the first time. I'm gonna hate it even more this time. Really, I swear, I really only went to culinary class. I basically didn't go to any of the other classes. I only went to culinary. Sometimes I go to the other classes. But, like, near the start of the semester, I'd go to all the classes. Then I started basically only going to the culinary class. And the culinary class was in the culinary building. There's a separate building for culinary. So it's like most of my classes were in the main building. Then I'd have to get in my little car and drive down the road to the culinary building. And the culinary building was so aesthetically pleasing. It was so pretty. So the college I went to is on like the same land as another college. So where the culinary building was, there's like a park area, and then there's the other college. And it was just a really beautiful sight to see every day leaving class. Really fun. Too bad it was snowing at the time, so it was just really cold every time I went outside. There was like different kitchen areas in the building. It was really cool, and maybe in a different world I would have gotten that culinary degree, but college is stupid and a scam. Like, you can't tell me that this makes sense. Oh, you're paying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to go to college here, and here's one culinary class this semester. Just one, and then everything else is stuff you won't use in your culinary career, like diversity. And English, you know, writing papers, you're gonna totally do that in your future culinary job, along with like these other 3 classes that have nothing to do with the culinary arts at all. Give us your money. Like, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. I don't have any college debt, though, because after I got married, my grandparents, who are basically my parents, paid my college debt for me, so that was really nice. Thank you, grandparents. I know you're not watching this because you don't have the internet, but I love you dearly. I love you very dearly.
It's not like that!
Believe me, I would never do a thing like that. I consider taking advantage of women in any way disgraceful.
Hey, come on!
Let me play the guitar of pure agony.
Sure to bring our best people.